Hey guys, it's Dan. I'm here to introduce the first ever podcast for Final Fantasy XI called Voices of Vana'diel, hosted by yours truly. I had a special guest for our first episode. His name is Ejin, the dopest samurai. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but video started a little bit late. I asked him, "What is your first 75 job in Final Fantasy?" But we're gonna start it from there. If you guys like the video, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
The first 75 job was Ninja, but then I eventually played Samurai and I fell in love with it. And then Ragnarok got moved into, or I'm sorry, Kate Sith got moved into Ragnarok, and then that's when I started playing War, I believe. And then I made the War guide around then, and yep.
Wait. You played Dark Knight? This is fucking news to me.
Yeah.
What?
I did a lot of Ballista as Dark Knight, actually. 60 cap Ballista.
Okay,
It was very painful. I wish I was recording around then because I would have gotten a lot of depressing videos of that.
so no more Dark Knight for you. You just
No, well, in the future, I'm open to trying any new job right now.
okay.
I just need convincing of what to try next.
Gotcha. A couple questions for you. What actually got you into Final Fantasy XI? What is like your what is your story behind that? How did you come across Final Fantasy XI?
I was a kid at the time. I remember I was a diehard Final Fantasy fan growing up. And that was the main series. And then I heard news that the game would be getting an MMORPG, and I thought that is the stupidest idea ever. They're going to divert resources, and they're going to make this stupid online game that's not going to have any story or anything. And I just cast it off. But then one day, I went to a friend's house, and I think it was middle school or high school. I'm not sure, but he had it, and he played it while I was there, and uh, it looked really interesting. And then finally, when I got my new computer, I tried it out, and I guess I've been literally addicted ever since.
Nice. What was he playing? Do you remember? Do you remember like the exact moment you saw Final Fantasy XI for the first time? Like, oh shit, I need to play it now.
Man, it's crazy thinking back that far because like I remember at the time I probably thought, "Wow, this is amazing graphics," and I'm looking at the PS2 version of Final Fantasy 11, and we all know what a brick that thing was. And yeah,
Oh man.
I have memories of like we were in the where does Dem bring you? Koshant Highlands. We were there just dicking around.
Right.
I guess he was leveling one of his jobs.
Gotcha. Interesting. So, I mean, this must have been pretty early
Oh,
in
very
in the 11 stage, probably like right after NA release.
Uh, it was before Treasures for sure. I want
Okay.
to say like around 2004 or five.
2004 or 5. So that's probably when COP probably came. The COP probably came out.
Yeah, probably around then. I didn't start it right away. Like I said, I thought it would be terrible.
Right.
So that was my original sin, was that I wasn't on board with the MMO right away.
Mm-hmm. Well, how long did it take you to get to your first 75 job? Like,
Oh, probably not long after. I think I was really addicted. Like who didn't as a kid like pretend to be sick so they could stay home and play 11 so they could just level.
right? Skip
I did
school
that
and
on
all
many
that shit.
occasions.
Fuck this. I'm staying home. I need a level. I need to get that 2 levels today with my
Exactly.
12-hour playtime.
If even.
Nice. I mean, obviously, you know, you have a lot of passion for samurai and warrior. Out of those two, what would you say is like your favorite job? Like you can't let go ever. I'm assuming, I'm assuming it's gonna be samurai.
Yeah.
I mean, once you
Samurai's what I
played
started off-
samurai, you
Samurai's
just got
the
hooked.
first job I actually took completely seriously, and I really geared it out. I also did Red Mage, but I did Red Mage to gear my samurai. So I remember soloing a lot back in the day. I would solo Boone. I would solo the Cloth NM to make Umbra capes in Gustav Tunnel. And that largely funded my Amino, my relic Great Katana, back in like 2007-ish.
Right, you were in the Unity at the time, right?
The Unity, yeah.
Right, right, right.
But my dynamic slingshot that helped me get my papers was Samzara, I believe. So big shout out to
Oh
those
yeah, yeah,
guys.
yeah. I remember Samsara. Jesus Christ, throwing back old names.
Yeah, it
Um.
was not funding papers back then. So
Oh,
big
it
shout
was
out
it
to
was
them.
terrible because it was one run, the fucking lockout, and it's literally
Yeah,
one chance, one time NM, and if it
and
doesn't
you need
drop
a
the
lot of people
paper,
to help to do it. Yeah,
right,
like
right,
they had to take their time to help me, and I really
right,
appreciated that.
right. Um, what are your current thoughts about 11 right now? Where the game is?
Well, I
Yeah,
want to start out with a quote. There's my thoughts on it, and then there's a conception of what most people think it is that might have left the game for a while. And I know a lot of people that quit around the time when they announced Rhapsodies of Vana'diel, and they quit because the Square Enix themselves made it sound like they were completely stopping support for the game. And of course, we all know that's not true. But I want to start out with a quote from Yoshi P. He talks about 11. It's an interview with Gamerscape. Gamerscape asks, "I'm guessing that Final Fantasy XI's drawing closer to an end of its life cycle. Are you thinking, when the time is close for Final Fantasy XI comes, uh, of ways to draw its remaining players into 14?" So basically, they're asking, come on, 11's a dead game. When are you going to close it down and make everybody go over to 14? And
right,
that's really what the overall like mentality is for a lot of people that left around that time, because they think the game is just not running anymore or not being supported. It's just not even getting updates.
right,
So Yoshi P responds with, "Being in charge of business decision 5, 11 is still part of my group. I can tell you right now that it is still going strong, and there are no plans to end it in any time soon." So this is already very promising news that like he's telling us already the game is going strong, the game is profitable, and they have absolutely no plans to end it anytime soon. So that's already really promising, and like a complete reversal of what many people think is happening. And then
so
he goes on to say, "This year we have a lot of patches and a lot of plans. We are going to talk about it in the coming months, even if it's not in a new expansion." So that's also great news. Like they're already telling us that they are going to continue giving us content. It might not be a full expansion, but it's still going to be, meaningful updates to keep us going.
right, right. This was during before Rhapsodies came out then,
Well, before Rhapsodies came out,
or
that's when they hinted that the game was over and they were only going to do small bugs
right,
fixes.
right, right,
This
right.
this interview I'm reading right now is
When was
very
that
recent,
interview?
like a
Oh,
month ago.
that's recent. Oh, okay.
This is
Oh,
recent. Yeah. But the
interesting.
problem is like not many people saw this interview, right? And I
Uh,
think really the true way to solve this issue and have a true harmony between 14 and 11 is just to come out and release a real X pack for 11.
I
So
mean,
there's actual PR that people know this game is still alive. Game is still going to be supported alongside 14, and it's worth playing both. Like a lot of people get bored of 14 and they come back to 11, and then they get bored of 11 and go back to 14. It's a great relationship they have because Square Enix gets money either way, and they have two great MMORPGs to play.
right. I mean, from what I've heard, I heard that the staff for 11 is just very small. They don't have
Yeah,
that many people. So thinking about even just wishing for an X Pack to come and knowing that their staff is so small, I can't see it happening, to be honest.
yeah.
As much
Well,
as I want it to happen.
exactly. That's my dream. Yeah, exactly. I'm just talking about like a business strategy to actually let people know this game is not dead, because like we're seeing it now. Like, don't you see it on Asura that people are coming back all the time and they
Absolutely.
say, "Hey, didn't they close this game down? Isn't this game dead? How come you're still playing it? Isn't it dumb?" And we tell them, actually no, it's still really great, it's still really fun, they're still adding new content all the time.
Right, right, right. I mean, the grind never, literally you can never actually beat Final Fantasy 11.
No.
There's so
I'm
much shit to do in this game. You can
I'm
never beat it.
attempting to conquer Osim right now, and it's going very, very poorly. Like
That's
Osim is kicking my ass with Dark Matter Eyelids right now. I don't
the
think I'll ever
act
beat him.
the actual mega boss of Final Fantasy 11 is
Yeah,
fucking Osim chat. Oh my lord.
but
Um
but yeah, like the overall, like if people can take something away that are just coming back to the game or considering coming back to the game, just know they didn't stop support for this game. They still fully support it. We still get monthly updates. Some updates are pretty scarce, like we barely get anything, but they're still making content for the game and they still have their full they have no plans to cancel it. Is just what I would like them to take away from that.
Right, right. I mean, people are just very confused on. I mean, it either goes one or two ways, right? People just, I have a lot of people come in my chat be like, this game is still running. What? Like,
Exactly.
but
And
yeah,
it's
I
totally
mean,
fair. It's not their fault because like
absolutely,
when Square
absolutely.
Enix announced Rhapsodies, they made it sound like the game support was ending. They were only doing tiny bug fixes and nothing else.
Right,
And it just confused people. And they said like, why should I continue to play this RPG that they're not going to support anymore?
right. I mean, people still have mixed feelings about it, even the current players, because all of the RMTs, all the bots running around, there's nothing that's stopping it. So people feel pretty. People that are doing, cheating, the botting and the RMTing, they're pretty much invincible. You know what I mean? Like they
Yeah,
can't
but
they can't get banned, and that discourages a lot of people,
yeah,
and
I
it hurts
totally
the
like.
game.
Yeah, I totally agree. I often think about that, but with the bad, such as the RMT and the rampant botting, we also get Windower and we get all the cool add-ons. Like
Right.
if if you were wanted them to be really strict about the rules and actually ban RMT and the bots,
Hmm.
that also might mean they would start banning people for using the really cool add-ons and the Windower.
Right. I
So
mean,
I often think of it as like it's good for bad, right?
it-
You have to take the bad with the good.
well, I mean, RMTs have been around since the beginning. Windower has been around since the beginning. Um, I believe that there should be some leniency. I feel like third party programs, right? Windower, I think they should at least give it a chance. Like I played many different MMOs. Even though 11 was my first, 11's my favorite. I played many different MMOs. When I played World of Warcraft, there's an actual section in the game where you could download other people's add-ons and put it into the game and implement it into the game. If they had a function like that, I think that'd be fucking fantastic. You know
That
what I
would
mean?
be,
Like
yeah. Well,
that would just
that comes with like them doing an X pack. There's just not enough people there to do that,
right.
right?
I mean, if they just implement
Unfortunately,
that from the beginning, you know what I
I
mean,
agree. Yep.
or even when Seekers came out, or even Abyssia, because everybody was using Windower for the like 90% of the fucking population of the game
Yeah,
has been
they
using
should just
Windower.
support it. It should just came out and said we support this. This is
Right.
great. The community loves it. We support it.
Yeah. Fucking put the Windower team on the dev. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
like
Yep.
little things. And for me, the game right now, the most frustrating thing about the game is probably just logging in, because I multi-box. I use many characters. So do you. And logging in is its own fucking mega boss right there. Like
Exactly. Like
it takes too
how many
long.
people? How many people do you think have thought, okay, 11 looks interesting. I'm gonna download and install it, and then they start the process, the entire process of downloading, installing it, and just give up. I would say
Absolutely,
7 of 10
absolutely.
people that actually try to play the game give up because the installation and like getting everything set up is like nearly impossible. So before even logging into the actual game, they give up because it's such a terrible system to get up and running,
Absolutely.
which is very unfortunate.
It is. I mean, play online sucked from the beginning. And I just can't believe they fucking kept it. Like it's so bad.
It's very bad. Like
And when they try to change it to the whole Square Enix Online, where you have to do an additional
it's worse now. Yeah,
username, an additional password, come on, dude. I ain't got time for this bullshit.
exactly.
Um, going on to the next thing. What what is your most favorite and most memorable moment in FFXI? And go into detail, like that moment where you just like fucking, I don't know, the most memorable moment of
The one
FFXI.
it's hard. Like I've had so many great moments. It's
Same.
insane. Like all like just the memories throughout the years of playing with friends. Like Ballista back in the 75 guy. I had so many friends that did Ballista. Like that was huge for me back then. I did so much Ballista. Farming NMs, just random stupid NMs for hours and hours and hours with friends back then.
Mhm.
Farming Sky with the Link Shell, farming just duoing harder NMs with friends. Man, I duoed Black Mage for 175 back in the 70 era doing the pet burn method
Right.
with another friend. We did the with the same friend we did the K Club BC, and we got the K Club drop from the actual box. Finishing Amino. I mean, there's just so many. I
I
really
mean,
can't pick.
if you had to choose one, and that just sticks with that just sticks with you. When you think about Final Fantasy 11, it's like there's that one moment in Final Fantasy 11 where it'll always stick to you. I mean, I'll tell you mine. Mine is probably when people were talking smack. We are fighting Tiamat, and it got stolen from us or something, and I ended up I'm like, all right, fuck this. I'm probably gonna get suspended. I spike flailed it, killed everybody in Ottawa Chasm, and got insta jailed.
You got jailed?
I
Wow.
got insta jailed after I killed like 30 some odd people in Ottawa Chasm. Oh no, that's a bit. No, it was probably like 40, 50 people in Ottawa Chasm. Spike flail Tiamat. Everybody just fucking dies. Everybody just hits the floor. And then I mean my Link Shell ended up getting it back at the end of the fight.
Then
And
everybody
getting
has
Gators.
HP and like mad dash back to.
Oh, we had a mule there, and people that didn't use Nexus Cape there with the quickness. So,
wow, pay to win. That's pay to win right there.
That is pay to win. Unfortunately, that's one of the pay to win items in Final Fantasy 11. I mean, I guess you could pay to quote unquote pay to win now with buying Gil from RMTs, but yeah, that back in the day, that Nexus Cape and what's that jacket? You know what jacket I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
The one that teleports you to
jacket they ever added,
right.
yeah. You had to actually go to that event or something, like in person, though. I think to get that.
I'm not sure how that worked. But
or you had to buy a book or something. I don't remember.
Right. Title
Okay,
Talisman. There we go.
I guess I'll just give you one. I don't want to say it's my favorite, but it's definitely one of my favorites.
It's most memorable. Let's put it that way.
It'd probably be like my what was it, 70k barrage on Fafnir before they changed all the damage and stuff, because it was a true like triple proc.
Oh yeah. I think you posted a screenshot on that, right?
Yeah, I did. It's like I think it's one of my most highest rated, which is for auction house. If anybody's posted a picture on auction house, it's almost always instantly downvoted into oblivion.
Right.
But this one, it just shows how impressive it was at the time, that amount of damage. Now everybody's doing 99k, but this was back when like that amount of damage was like, holy moly, what the hell?
Wait, was that 75
I remember seeing that in chat log, and I was like, wow. I didn't even know that number was possible in this game.
Right. Was that 75 cap or?
I feel like, yeah, it was close.
So, wait. Yeah, I'm trying to think because, oh, by the way, if you guys didn't know, I was in the same Link Shell as Ejin. I was on Kate Sith. I was in the Unity, but I don't think we actually played with each other because I think
I might have come in a little late. I really focused on like salvage.
Right.
Outside hyper notorious monster stuff, like Limbus. We did a lot of Limbus. I think we sold some Limbus drops back in the day.
I mean, I did a lot of Kings and miscellaneous shit. Low-manned a lot of ZNMs at the time when you were.
Oh, those are fun.
Yeah. I mean, I made so much money off of Hachirio high dates. I think those are going for like 50 mil or something at the time. And those.
Man, my group hated me. I got lucky with that drop, and I got lucky with speed belt drop from the BC.
Oh.
Yeah, they did not like me.
I don't think I've ever seen a speed belt or a Velocious belt drop, to be honest. Anyway, we can go on to the next thing. What drives you to continue to play this game? Like, what motivates you, and what gives you that momentum to keep playing? Because I know a lot of people get burned out. I myself get burned out. That's why I came back to the game about 10 months ago. I took a 2.5 year break, but you've been consistently playing over these years.
Yeah, I've had some breaks, but never for too long.
Right.
Well, first off, to touch on the first subject, they still support the game. They still There's still hope for the future, right? We still have Empyrean +3 coming, which we know for a fact is coming.
Right.
We still know they're going to support the game, so that definitely is a factor in me still playing. Um, the other factor is there's just not a game like 11 out there. Like I really loved Final Fantasy 12 in the main series, and 11 is a lot like that, but I feel like it's better. Um, Gear swap, just the macro system, I just love it all. And then when you add in dual boxing, multi boxing, it just totally changes the game.
Right.
I don't have to wait around to do content myself. I can join any group of friends and then fill in the vital jobs
Right.
that is needed to do the content. So I mean, basically, I'm never bored. I would say. And I
You
can just
always
do
have
whatever.
something to do, and you can.
Exactly.
Right. Speaking of, getting into the multi-boxing, there's a lot of people that are confused or angry at multi-boxers. People say, like, if you multi-box, why play the game? Like, the game is supposed to be played with other people, and shit like that. You've seen that. You've seen a couple posts like that,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
A lot.
what is your response to that? Like, what if if they were in front of you, what would you say in
It's
regards
fun.
to that?
Like try it out for yourself. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But like I do it because it's a lot of fun. I have fun multi-boxing. I
Right.
don't do it because I need to for like all the gear and stuff. Like I don't think I could go back to playing a single character for me because it would be too boring for me. The game is pretty slow when you only play one character, unless you're playing like Rune Fencer or something. But like everything else, it's pretty slow.
Right. It changes the dynamics of the game when you
It's a
go out
challenge.
and
Yeah, it's a
multi-box.
challenge.
Right. And I believe I was looking at a post the other day, and the guy said, "This guy's running it all
I
on
know what you're talking about.
scripts. This guy's running it all on scripts. He's 5 boxing. He's running it all on scripts. What's the fun in that anymore?" I mean, number one, I mean, it's gear swap, right?
Yeah,
Anything can be fucking automated on a gear swap.
I don't use some sort of a sophisticated program or anything.
Right.
All of my multi-boxing is done through gear swap, or I'm sorry, yeah, gear swap commands. That's all I use. I hope to make a video guide on what I do to multi-box at some point. But yeah, like everything I do, I know for a fact everybody else, like if you have a little bit of knowledge with gear swap and you already use gear swap, you could do everything I do for sure when
Right.
multi-boxing.
It's just practice and just
Yeah,
practice and the knowledge of the fight. Just knowing
that's the
how to
point. Yeah,
react
exactly.
and is prepping pretty much. I mean, the whole fight system of this game, right, is straight preparation. You
Exactly.
literally got to know the fight. You got to know when to turn, or at this percent it's gonna do this, at this percent it's gonna do that. So I need to prepare. You need to prepare yourself for buffs. Buffing is the main thing for any fight that you go into, and then that's it.
And
It's not like WoW or 14 where they put a fucking circle on the ground and then you move to it when the boss does a TP move. It's literally all preparation.
would you agree that when you started multi-boxing, your game knowledge drastically increased?
Absolutely,
Because
you're playing multiple jobs.
you have to learn every job that you play, right? Like you can't like not know
Absolutely,
how to play white mage. You have to like when you multi-box white mage, you have to fully understand how to play white mage.
absolutely,
Or
absolutely.
core or bard. You have to fully learn how to do songs correctly.
Right. You got to learn what gear sets you have to use. You have to know what job abilities do what, and yeah, it definitely increases the pace that you learn a job because you're doing it all at once,
Yep.
and that's really
It's not
big.
super easy. Like that's the thing.
Right.
It's like it takes a lot of preparation, it takes a lot of gearing, and but that's what I like. I like the grind, I like the challenge. It's just fun for me.
Absolutely. Um, yeah, I mean, to the people that think, we're ruining the game by multi-boxing. We're actually, I mean, this is our own thing. It has nothing to do with anybody else, and you know, we like the people that multi-box for the most part. I mean, I myself play with other people too. You know, it's just a challenge. It's just a challenge at the end of the day.
At every opportunity I try to play with real people. Like I still do dynamics with real people.
Right.
I still do Ambu often with real people. I mean, I still want to play with real people, but like you said, it's a challenge of it.
Right. It
like,
pushes
when
you.
Ambu comes out, I want to try to 5-box it because I want to see if I can do that.
Right.
Personally.
You know, it just pushes you, and it's I don't know. It's a different, like I said, it changes the dynamics of the game, and I don't know, man. I've been multi-boxing for so long. I've been multi-boxing since the 75 era. You know, at least dual boxing. So.
Oh yeah, I feel like dual box has been around for a really long time.
Oh, absolutely. And even then we were using shit like auto execute, which is a plugin that I've been using for a very long time. That's been out since the Windowers days, before Gear Swap, when it was Spellcast. I mean, it's crazy that people think that all this stuff that we do now is new when it's actually been around for over a decade.
Well, it's hard to draw the line because some of the RMT actually use very sophisticated stuff, I would think.
Oh, absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. I mean,
is not difficult to use at all.
No, it's once you learn it. Right. Once you learn it, you're just like, oh, okay. I just gotta work. You know, at the end of the day, when you multi-box, you can't like the reason why I won't make a video on multi-boxing is because I can't sit here and teach you how to multi-box. That's something you learn on your own, and I've said this multiple times in my streams. Like it's multi-boxing is not for everybody. It definitely isn't. But
and that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. You don't have to.
There's nothing wrong with that either. It's
exactly.
Sure, it might give you a little bit of advantage on getting gear faster or making a little bit more gil, but you have to also understand that it's a lot more effort, and some people don't want to put in that effort, so that's why it's not going to be for you. And it's also a lot of fucking practice. It's a lot of time and a lot of time of preparation, gear wise, gear swap wise. It takes a lot of time, and some people don't want to go through that and think they could just, you know, build a new character and just instantly do what we do. But it's that's not how it works at the end of it.
Yep.
But yeah. All right. I mean, you know, we're at the stage where of Final Fantasy 11 where there's some shit that needs to be changed. There's some stuff that needs to be updated. I mean, if you had the ability to change or update one thing in the game, what would it be and why?
Well, you can't limit me to one thing because there's so many.
I mean, now the most important thing. I mean, the thing that aggravates you or frustrates you the most, if you have to change it.
The login for sure. Just
I mean,
put like a Steam login or like similar to the 14 login. Get rid of Play Online and change the login. Make it so it's easy for people to come back. Enough with this archaic, ridiculously drawn out login system and install system.
Right,
like they made all these quality of life changes to the actual game itself that make the game so much more fun.
Beautiful.
But it's impossible to actually get into the game.
I know, like sometimes I know when I'm like multi-boxing and maybe I'll forget to turn off the auto log off thing because it doesn't work. It doesn't work with config. There's a plugin called config, and it'll automatically turn that off when you add another character or whatever. It doesn't do it. You have to manually turn that thing off, and sometimes I forget to turn it off, and
like, well, I can't play for the day because there's no way I'm gonna log in through Play Online again.
Yeah, it literally I think when I log in 6 characters, it takes me like 20 minutes because number one, I'm not sitting there, you know, because I'm gonna be on my other characters too. I'll be tabbing around, the login process is just so long. If we could just straight hit windower and go into the login screen after you log in, put in password and then character selection, done, easy. That's it.
I don't understand why they can't do that. I really don't.
You have to put in your Play Online ID, Play Online password, Square Enix ID, Square Enix password. Hit the play button. It's gonna load. Play game. It's gonna load. Play. It's gonna load. Go into a different thing. Hit play again. Select character. Yeah. Then you select a character. Like, what? Hello?
That never made any sense, did it? Like, that was never normal for any login either.
You have to hit play game like 3 times. I don't. I just never understood that concept, and I don't know.
If they did change that though, my next thing would be to release some sort of either add-on pack or X pack, just to let everyone know the game is still alive, the game's still being supported. They just need to hear it officially from somewhere they trust, right? That the game is still going, and then they'll try it like they have been. They've been flooding in for a while now, but I think that would really like fix the perception of what the game is now to the broader public.
I mean, so you're just pretty much saying they need to update their PR team and actually fucking post.
Yeah. I guess they added that refriender thing. Then that got us really all excited that they might be announcing an update at that fan fest, but the fan fest ended up being a big nothing.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, we hyped it up on ourselves, thinking that they're gonna.
I did too.
Thinking that they're gonna announce anything, but they never said they're gonna announce anything. All they said is, "We're gonna do a fan fest." That's it.
Yeah. it felt like the storm was brewing though. It felt like everything was coming together perfectly that they would announce something cool.
Right.
But yeah, I guess not. Yeah, I just really like people to know that like if you like a horizontal progression RPG, MMORPG, like Final Fantasy has had 6 or more years of that. Ever since Treasures or Seekers was released, they have not touched the eye level. Like it has been straight horizontal progression, and all the content we've gotten since Seekers is basically still relevant today. So there's really a lot of content to do now. You said earlier, you'll probably never run out of stuff to do with how much content there is now.
And it's still relevant because you can either still make money from it, or those items from the older content, the earlier Seekers content is still used in current stuff. You know what I mean? Yep. Like it's literally, I think Seekers is one of the best expansions in my opinion.
You'll never run out of stuff to do. Like you can always just go out. Like even if you can't play with your friends that day, you can just go out and try to make some gil, right?
Right. You could always accomplish something. Every time you log in, you're able to accomplish something as long as you're not lazy.
Yeah. Like you might not be able to do the exact thing you want to do, like, farm an Aeonic, but you can definitely still like do something to progress your character.
Right. I mean that's the thing though. The player base definitely I see has changed a lot. I mean, since the game evolved, the player base has evolved too. From what I've seen is people got a lot lazier in this game, and it's pretty unfortunate. It's maybe because we have more knowledge of the. I'm not too sure why, but I do see the player base has changed a lot and gotten a lot lazier since the 75 era. You know what I mean? Since the 75 era.
Well, I think it just lost a lot of the great community members since they did the Rhapsodies announcement, because like a lot of them thought too that like what's the point of continuing this game if they're not going to support it. So I feel like we've lost a lot of the big community leaders that we had back then.
Yeah.
Due to just, Square Enix not being clear on what the future of the game was.
I'm pretty sure they didn't know. I'm pretty sure they didn't know where they were going with it. To be honest, like, yeah, they're gonna keep on running it because they still generate money from this game, obviously. But I mean, like you said before, the team dissolved. Square Enix team dissolved, and I don't know. They're just in like a really lost state right now, and
Well, the game still has a producer. That's Matsui, and then yeah, like they still have a small dev team just for 11, but a lot of like the asset making and stuff like that, I think that's shared just between any developer that's free that works on
right,
both 11 and 14.
right,
The
right,
vast
right,
the vast majority of their developers probably work on 14 stuff, but whenever like 11 stuff gets approved, they probably have like a 14 dev help out. You know, it's not strictly only like 2 11 devs have to do everything for 11.
right, right, right.
They can get help if they
Absolutely,
need it.
absolutely. You know, saying that, what are your thoughts on the private servers right now? There's a lot of privates, as you can see. There's a lot of private server streamers. I think there's a couple of them. There's like Asomi, there's
If
Eden,
yeah,
Aurora. What is your take on that? How does that make you feel?
well, I mean, what burns me a little is that we've all experienced 75 cap. We all know what that's like. We know what it's like and they know what it's like. They're going back because they like that era. But the difference between us and them is like we have played the current era. We're playing current retail. We've given it a shot and we've decided we like it. We actually like current retail with all the quality of life changes, all the content, all the horizontal progression we've gotten through since Seekers. We actually like the game now more than we did at 75 cap. If you take away the nostalgia, of course. Um, but the thing is they by and large have not even tried retail 11. And that's what kind of burns me is that like we made a conscious decision knowing all the facts, right?
Right, right,
They're only basing it on their nostalgia and they refuse to try retail and they only try Nasomi in the private by and large. Because it happens over and over again. You talk to somebody from Nasomi, they say they leveled a 99, the game's too easy, you can do everything with trusts, so they quit and they went back to Nasomi. But it's like you clearly didn't play the game at all. You didn't talk about job points. You didn't do any end game. You didn't do anything. Like nothing meaningful in this game can really be done with trusts. Just one character and trusts. Like we're
right.
talking like just mission stuff that can be. And even the last mission in Rhapsodies, you can't. Not a lot of jobs or not many returning players can do that with just trusts. They need help.
Oh yeah, they'll get clapped easily.
So that's probably my main only thought about Nasomi. Like I just wish they would try at least try retail like in its full before they start trashing on it.
Right.
But
And
I mean, if you actually like full fledged got to endgame, did all the current endgame content, and still don't like it, and still want to go back and relive the 75 days, well then more power to you.
right. I mean, I just never understood it. Right. Like I don't know anybody that actually enjoyed that slow paced game. Like it was very frustrating for me. Like for
Well,
me when I
once you
played
played current
11,
retail, it's hard. It's like almost impossible to go back.
well
It's
it's
probably
not
because they
even
just don't
that.
know any better.
I mean, it's not even that though. I mean, for me, if I play an MMO, I want to get into endgame, right? That's the main thing for me. And leveling, you sitting there
That's boring.
leveling is
That's so
is
boring.
it's
Yeah,
it's holding you back from endgame.
exactly.
And
That was the whole point of endgame, or the whole point of leveling was so you could get to endgame.
right.
You didn't want
I
to
mean,
actually be leveling. You didn't actually want to be in the dunes. You wanted to be out of the dunes as quickly as possible, but you were
abs-
held
absolutely.
captive there.
Absolutely. And, I don't know. People talk about nostalgia like, "Oh, it
Let's
was
not
so
forget about the
great."
PLs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I never had a
PLs.
PL like that back
Uh,
when I played
oh, absolutely
in the
not. It
dunes.
was worse. It was absolutely worse. But
If I was to relive 11, I would have 0 or 75 cap era. I'd have 0 PLs. That was my experience with 11 back then.
I mean, the upside to the old school leveling is you do properly. I guess to a certain point, you do learn how to play your job. I mean, fast leveling was always there back then too, though. Koroloka tunnel, summoner
Yeah,
burning,
you could just summon burn.
um,
Yeah, exactly. There was ways to cheese it.
and then you would cheese when Wings of the Goddess came out. You would level sync down to 37, I believe, and do the Calibris over and over and over again.
All right. I totally
Uh,
forgot about that one.
I mean, there was totally. I mean, as soon as we found that as soon as we had the knowledge, we learned how to cheese it so we could get out of that stage. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Well,
It's
that would be my thing. Like, if we had all the resources, all the wiki, all of our game knowledge, all the gear, if we went back and we leveled, it would be a joke, right? We would just plow right through it.
oh,
It wouldn't be
absolutely.
hard at all. Like,
I
if you
wouldn't.
actually brought the proper jobs and had the proper weapons
Oh
and
yeah,
skilled up your stuff.
and actually used food.
Exactly. Nobody used food back then. Nobody thought it was
We're
needed.
too poor, dude. Actually, no, we could have used like fucking hair meat or grilled hair or whatever the fuck. But yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. I mean, if people want to play Nasomi or play Eden or play private servers, I really don't care. But if you're gonna come here and trash talk retail when you don't know anything about it, then I look at you like a piece of scum. You know what I mean? Like you're just being
Yeah,
you're,
I feel
you're
bad
just
for them
talking
because they're
shit
really
for no
missing out.
reason.
They are really missing out on a great game that retail is. I think a lot of people that go from Nasomi and actually give retail a real chance, most of them come out of the other end and being like, "Wow, retail is actually really good."
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I do see that a lot though. I mean I do see people, there's some people that bounce back and forth because because they have friends on Nozomi or whatever, or a private server. I'm not discrediting the community on those private servers at all. I'm sure they have a great community, but they're the way they think of retail right now, I think is completely misconstrued by just a lot of wrong shit. Um, Now the faulty stuff that's happening on private servers, it's a known fact. People from the actual private servers come and say, "Hey, look, like they can't defend or lie about it." You know what I mean? Like these bugs or stuff like that. And I mean, I don't know. I don't think I would ever. I don't think I would ever play a private server. To be honest, I don't think I could
Well,
handle it.
that's the thing. It's like we support Square Enix and like we want 11 to keep going. Like Square Enix makes no money off of Nasomi. The person that runs Nasomi now, he makes a ton of money, but Square Enix would make nothing. So like it's actually hurting retail. People playing
Absolutely.
Nasomi actually like hurts the chances of 11 going on as a game. And that kind of feels bad too.
Yeah, that is a feel scuba,
That's why
man.
there's some
But
that's why we feel kind of against Nasomi. Normally I would just be like do what's fun for you. I really don't care. But when it actually like hurts something I like, then it kind of crosses a line.
right. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, let's move past that subject because it might get a little bit. We might sit here and talk about this shit all night.
Yeah.
But yeah, your your samurai is amazing. You put a lot of work into your samurai, and a lot. You made a samurai guide on YouTube. Um, are you planning on making a samurai guide on the auction house forum like you did for Warrior?
Hmm.
Because
Good
I'm
question.
sure I'm sure a lot of people in the Final Fantasy 11 retail community would love to see that happen. Um, I think people are waiting for it, to be honest.
I do keep my sets updated mostly on my gear sets page, and I do post in when there's big changes. I post in the updates to it in the thread itself.
Right,
So, but I haven't considered really doing the text guide all over again.
right.
But
The
I
rewrite.
really am into making more video guides for YouTube for various anything Sam related or anything other job related that I'm into. Like I definitely have to start working on the war video guide.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that was the
That's
next
gonna
thing I was
yeah.
gonna go into. Warrior, you've been a big fucking icon for Warrior for such a long time, especially during, I believe it was
Abyssia was when it came to prominence, and then Void Watch.
right. I mean, once you got Conqueror though, I remember looking at your guides and I was like, damn, like this guy knows what he's talking about. You did, your Warrior guide was off the hook. It had a lot of detail in it, and I'm pretty sure I myself wanted to see the whole text and everything updated, like to 2019. I think
2019.
I think we deserve. No, we don't deserve it, but I think we would like to see an update on it. But I mean, to be honest, I don't see you on Warrior as much. I'd rather see you do a Samurai guide than update the Warrior guide. I mean, Samurai is just in such a great place in the game right now. It's actually pretty broken from what I've seen, and I myself play Samurai too. The utility and the kit that they have is just, it's disgusting. It's
Yeah, I covered a lot of that in the Sam Guide video on YouTube. But I tried to make it a focus on the concepts of samurai. So like I wasn't just saying, here, get this gear, do it this way, but like just try to tell people like with the accuracy thing. Like that was just a concept people could use for every job, right?
right,
Not just samurai.
right.
Um but yeah. So like you could use that knowledge in the future if like gear changes and I don't exactly make a new guide every time there's an update with one gear change.
Right.
You would have that overarching knowledge to know like, okay, this is an update based on the first guide.
Right. Yeah, you use all the knowledge from the previous guide and be like, okay, I know what to do now. I don't need Egan's help, kind of, and you'll kind of figure it out yourself. Right.
Exactly. But yeah, like I definitely want to work on the war guide for YouTube. Expect that to come. Definitely want to work on the multi-box guide. But like you said, that's gonna be really hard because like it's not exactly easy to teach multi-boxing. It'll probably just be like more of like a guide on like how to
like what you
use the
use, what
tools.
add-ons you use, and
Yeah, like what add-ons, how to get the
setups.
add-ons set up. Yeah, exactly.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's impossible to teach anybody how to multi-box because you have to do it yourself. It's like you have to practice. It's not just gonna come to you automatically. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It just doesn't work like that. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely love to see a warrior guide. I think Warrior is still very great right now. I think it's at a good place.
Oh, it is definitely. I plan to stream more of me playing Warrior for sure in the future, and I just want to take the chance to say thanks for getting me into Twitch streaming. I didn't think I ever would, but you showed me that like the community, the 11 Twitch community is amazing, and I just never considered it would be as good as it is now.
Oh,
And
this is only
yeah,
the beginning. I mean, when I
yeah,
first started streaming, 11, it was all private servers at the end of the day, right? I was
Yep.
probably one of the only retail streamers that was pretty consistent, so I built off of that, and here we are now.
Last night there was over 400 people watching 11.
Really?
Over 400. Yep.
That's pretty gnarly considering there's no big streamer in there like Ninja or
Exactly.
Mr. Happy.
Without Ninja, there was 400 people watching 11 last night.
I mean,
I thought that was really impressive.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And this is just the beginning.
I would love to be a part of the growing community. Yeah.
Oh, you absolutely are. I mean, you're probably one of the fastest growing Twitch streamers for retail right now, which is amazing. But this is just the beginning. The podcast. Is that your dog?
Yeah. Sorry.
That's fine. you know, this is.
Actually, it's actually 11 related. I actually named my new dog Yuko after
Oh,
Yuko's
okay.
theory. So his name is Yuko. Shows how much I love 11.
Oh my lord. Interesting. You need to show us a picture later. You can post it in our you can post it in my Discord. You know, this is just the beginning for 11 on Twitch. You know, if Twitch was around back then during the glory, you know, the quote unquote glory days of 11, it would have been the top game on Twitch forever, because you had great content, you had leveling, right? You had the hard leveling.
And
you
the
had
community is still great. Like people always rag on 11's community, but the retail community is still amazing.
Absolutely.
Getting them here on Twitch.
And you know, I've been working on that, and it's slowly getting there. Don't worry, it'll, you know.
Oh yeah,
we gotta work as a team on that.
The support I have received since starting my Twitch streams last week has just been phenomenal. Everybody's been just amazing, welcoming me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, it's still just the beginning. We're gonna grow, you know, and hopefully with this podcast, it gets more people together, and you get to talk more about 11 and see where it's at, and how other, you know, I guess icon, you know, quote unquote icons of 11 retail. You know, there's a lot of people that are huge in this community. You know what I mean? There's people that like Funkworks, for example. He's the guy that updates BG Wiki every update, and you know, you gotta give a shout out to him. Like he does that every single update, and he's still doing it, and that's a lot of work.
I just wish the updates were more interesting.
Yeah, that's not his fault completely.
It's not his fault. No, he's been amazing.
But we
remember, like back in the day, we'd all just be like waiting, spamming F5, waiting.
Oh
for
yeah.
the
Oh, absolutely. And it would be like a fucking dickload of.
We'll be doing that with Empyrean +3, so it's coming.
Oh yeah. It's the storm is brewing. It'll come.
We'll be up to like 3 a.m. spamming F5 like the old days.
You know, there's a lot of huge people in the community that we need to get on here, and I don't know, the podcast is definitely gonna be the first step to grow the community even further, and I'm super excited. But yeah, so you got plans on the Warrior Guide, maybe. You're definitely gonna expand on your YouTube, correct?
Yeah, I just started a new series. It's called Let's Break Down. I'm just gonna take any idea for 11, and I'm just gonna break down the key concepts and like what to do. So my first episode of Let's Break Down was how we 8-man the Wave 2 Mega Boss in Dynamis Windy.
Oh, I actually saw that today. Good video, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, so just want to, you know, it's way easier now for me to upload to YouTube because I can just take a highlight from my Twitch and upload it to YouTube, and then comment on it. So I plan to do a lot more of that in the future. I'm open to any ideas for what to do. So please leave a comment or anything. Send me a message.
Can you post your channel up in chat right now? Since we are doing this live, you can throw up your YouTube link in chat.
Won't opening it mess with the chat? I guess.
Yeah. I'll get it for you. But yeah, what's the series called for your YouTube?
Let's break down. So my next idea is let's break down gear swap commands. So that'll cover like basically everything I do with gear swap commands and how I multi-box with it. And I'll make sure to mention that you can do the same thing with auto execute, because I know there's multiple ways to do it. But I'll just probably be focusing on the way I know how to do it, you know.
Gotcha. I mean, it has to be the way that you do it, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
it wouldn't make sense any other way.
I'll just make sure people know that there's other ways.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if people, I'm pretty sure the people that watch my stream and watch your stream can definitely tell the way we multi-box is pretty different. I can't say it's some ways it's similar, some ways it's not. But at the end of the day, everybody has their own way of multi-boxing, and that's just what it is. Like, there's no set way to do to multi-box in the game, and
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you just gotta fucking learn and kind of do it yourself. But Ejin, did you have anything you wanna ask me, or any comments about the game right now, or anything like that?
I think we covered about everything.
Are
we gonna do the AMA or Q&A with the chat?
Yeah, we are gonna get into the Q&A with chat here. But yeah, I have a couple questions for you actually.
Oh, okay.
When are you getting into Dark Knight? I want to see that. I want to see that Dark Knight, dude. Come on.
How can I do that? I think I want to set a follower goal that once I hit X amount of followers, I will do a new job, and it'll be up to the chat or the community if it's either Dark Knight, Dragoon, or Dancer.
Oh my
so
god,
we'll
why'd you say Dragoon? Not like this, dude.
Doesn't Dragoon look pretty fun though?
No, you
really
jump, weapon skill, jump, weapon skill, jump, weapon skill, and then fall asleep. Come on, dude. I only use Dragoon for one thing, and it's for Egan. We don't need that. I don't need that negativity. Oh my god.
The shade towards Dragoon right now.
I don't like Dragoon, dude. I think Dancer would be pretty fun. I don't think there are that many dancers out there, to be honest. Well, I mean, what do you think about Dancer and where it is right now?
It's sleeper OP for sure. It's similar to Dragoon, where it's like the community probably doesn't think it's too great, but like it's actually really good, especially if you can find one that's like really good at using the job. So I feel like that's a lot of untapped potential.
I mean, don't you think? Well, this is what I heard. I heard that Dancer is the number one one-handed DPS right now, like the top one-handed DPS numbers.
I believe that.
Numbers wise, I mean, with the unique kit that they have, and they could dish out some gnarly damage for with daggers, dude. I mean, I've seen some pretty impressive numbers.
It would probably be pretty close with Thief, but I think Dancer just has more like TP generation, just better gear.
I mean, their kit is better. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would think their kit is better for sure.
I mean, Thieves, their unstacked weapon skills are it's kind of like it's a hit or miss, right? It's like if you hit that TA proc, like, oh shit, it's a pretty good unstacked Rudras. But I don't know. I can't really say much about it because I'm not too into the one-handers. I don't have as much knowledge as other people, but I definitely think I don't know. You have the mythic, right? You have that ready to go. Wait, you have both of them. You have you have the Dragoon and the Dancer.
I have Liberator waiting. I have all the Alex traded in for Liberator, and then I still have the Dragoon Mythic sitting on my mannequin for the past 8 years. So we'll see if we'll have to dust that.
I mean, I think until Martel creates a Dragoon guide, you shouldn't do Dragoon. But yeah, are you gonna be doing more Dynamis? Like, do you think? Okay, no. Okay, let me reset this. Do you think it's possible to do Dynamis Wave 3 boss melee with maybe 8 max characters?
I want to say yes. If you skip all of Wave 1 and 2, and then you might need to do some sacking, but as long as you have the right buffs and the right setup, which is I think the same as what we did last run, you would have enough time to do the Wave 3 boss with 8.
Okay, so that's not killing any fetters. This is going straight.
No, you have to kill all fetters.
Oh, you have to kill all fetters.
You might have to sack some fetters.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
To save time.
So
So
what would you
if you only cared about killing the wave 3 boss, I do think it would probably be possible with 8
with 8? Okay.
very decked out players. Yeah.
What would your setup be?
Probably the same, but I would want to change it to like a DPS rune fencer, right? So it would be in the main party rune fencer, samurai, melee bard, melee core, geomancer, and white mage. That'd be the main
Right.
party. And then the 2 people in the off party would be another geomancer and a second bard.
For the double song rotate. Okay, okay. That
And
makes
you'd
sense.
want it, yeah, you'd want it if you were doing the full trying to go for the boss. You definitely want to be swapping bards constantly and keeping 8 songs up.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with 8 real players, it should be pretty doable. I mean,
For sure.
uh
I've been really impressed recently with Bard and Core melee DPS, physical DPS.
oh,
Um,
absolutely. I mean,
the just did Wave 3 Volt, and with we spent the first hour or so, maybe a little bit longer, farming Wave 2. We did every single NM, but we fortunately didn't get any Volt drop. But we did Wave 3 afterwards, and we killed all of the groups of Volt except for one. And that's just with Sam DPS and then melee core and bard.
right. That
I
was
think
your
that's pretty
only.
crazy.
Oh, that's absolutely insane. I mean,
Only 3 DPS, and only one's a real DPS. The other are just supports,
right.
and you're clearing all the wave 3 volt
Right.
NMs and mobs except for one. That just shows you
Now,
the potential of it.
would you do like I mean, are you thinking about doing a guide for Dynamis Wave for the people that haven't done it yet, or that are still struggling to clear their masks? I mean, obviously we saw, or I saw the Wave 2 Dynamis boss for Dynamis Windy done,
Yeah,
which
that's
was
a great
super
idea
cool.
for future episodes in the Let's Break It Down. I can just break down like what you need to be successful and then try it
Right,
out.
because I know people would get very confused and lost when it comes to fetters. Um, whether you should sack pull it, or people aren't too sure. I think it would be pretty interesting to watch, especially
Okay.
doing it low man. Um, but yeah, I mean that's all the questions I got for you. Shit, that was pretty informational. Um, I mean, like I said, do you have anything to say, or do you have any?
I
Yeah,
think we covered it all. I think I'm ready for chat Q&A.
I think we're ready for some Q&A chat. All right, we'll open up the Q&A. You guys can just post it in chat. Ejin will pick one, and I'll pick one. We'll just go back and forth. We'll do this for a little bit. Yeah, ask your questions. Let's go. But yeah, man. You should definitely do dancer.
A dancer? It's definitely up there on the list.
Oh,
Timed him out already.
yeah, instant. Um, is oh, actually, I do have a question for you, actually. Do you put pineapple on your pizza?
No.
Because everybody knows pineapple does not go on pizza. You did not desecrate such a beautiful, beautiful
I like
thing.
this question. What do I think about the current state of Dragoon as it stands since the jump chains? Um, like I said, I think it's sleeper OP. Especially in Wave 3 Dynamis. Dragoon can literally go ham and just constantly reset its hate while going full DPS and not have to worry about getting one shot. I don't know if anybody's tuned into my stream when I was doing Wave 3, but like even if your group is doing everything perfectly, if the rune like messes up even a little bit and it turns you for even a second, a millisecond, it can just one shot you. The pup will turn around and just 3k weapon skill you in the face. So that's a huge advantage that Dragoon has right now. If everybody manages to survive, maybe Dragoon wouldn't win overall in DPS, but um usually people die in wave 3. You just sometimes it's just unavoidable.
I mean, they hit pretty hard, dude. All right, let me get this question. Yeah, I have nothing to say to that. I have no idea on how Dragoon works. Do you think the economy is pressuring people to either multi-box or buy gil with so much murking? That's a pretty good question. What do you think about that?
I could definitely see why people are tempted to do it because they want to get into the content right away. But really, if you're patient and you do everything at your own pace, you really don't have to. There's plenty of ways to make gil solo. There's plenty of ways to group up with people and make gil. Um, it's just a matter of finding friends, I guess. And I guess that really the only place you can actually do that anymore is Asura. But just building a solid group, even if you have to do it yourself, just trying to build a solid base of friends and a group to do stuff with, and slowly you're working your way.
Yeah, I mean, people. Okay, so what I think about that question is, pressuring people to multi-box. It makes it seem like you need to multi-box to actually make money in this game, when that's actually not the case. You could be playing one character and still make a good amount of money. Like Ejin said, find some friends, find some people to do shit with, and you can profit off of that easily. It's not going to be as much as some other people, but you can't gauge how much you can make by comparing to other people. That's all up to you at the end of the day.
You have to go at your own pace, exactly. But to his question, I think people are pressured, but if they really don't have to succeed in the game, if they just go slowly at their own pace.
Most of the hardcore endgame groups all do box though. I mean, I guess, but at the end of the day, you can still sit there and grind money as long as you put it at your own pace, like Ejin said. You know, it's not a race at the end of the day. You can't. At the end of the day, you're not gonna beat this game. It doesn't matter how fast you get an item, like unless you really care about getting a new +2 item first. Like it really doesn't matter. As long as you work on it, you'll get there.
Yep.
That's
a great X question.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, you could read the question first, and then.
Okay. If I had to choose a Great Axe Rima, which I wanted to try Conk 100% Berserk Uptime build, but I don't know how it'll stack up to Shango or Goose. Okay, Shango is without a doubt the best. No question, especially when it's rank 15. It can multi-step skill chain. With the augment to upheaval, it's a monster. I don't think anything else is really even close. King's Justice is kind of solid now, but realistically, the upkeep on AM, it's impossible, especially for war. Like Conk has always suffered because AM, unless if you start a fight with 3000 TP already and then the fight's over in under 3 minutes, you never have to upkeep it, then AM for war is just brutal and nearly impossible to maintain without losing significant DPS. But to answer your question about Conk Berserk, I actually, I just have a Conk to use. I actually put it in my Berserk macro for Dynamics Wave 3 because you always need the extra attack in Wave 3. So Conk is still worth having, but right now it's basically a Berserk macro piece for me. and like you said, you can maintain it. Berserk nearly 100% of the time now with all the gear.
Okay, so you need.
Yeah.
Do you need conk to actually keep that 100%, or without conk can you still? Or is it pretty close?
I don't think conk increases duration. It just makes the berserk effect stronger. So I think it's
Oh,
35%
okay.
attack instead of 25%,
Gotcha,
which is
gotcha,
really useful for like wave 3.
gotcha. Ooh, there's a pretty good question from yes2349. Assuming a growing community could fund it, what would you like to see out of a new expansion, story slash lore wise, or gameplay wise, or gameplay wise?
Oh boy, anything. They did such a great job with Seekers and Rhapsodies of Vana'diel that like I have full faith in the or the story team. Whoever did the story for 11 really deserves kudos because I thought Seekers and Rhapsodies was just really good with the tools they were working with. Um, but man, Far East would be really cool. Um, we only got a little bit of the Far East with Rice and Jima, but like there's still the East. We could still go farther east. Um, Going to the north to the Gigas homeland and the uh all that would be really cool. They hinted a lot about the north in the Seeker story, which I thought was really interesting. And then there's the south, which is the Mithra homeland, right? So any of those would be really awesome. Be fully on board. For new jobs they could do like Time Mage. How cool would Time Mage be?
That would be pretty interesting.
Or like Onion Knight.
Onion Knight, hell yeah, dude, that would be my new job. Okay, I'll take this question. Milk or cereal first? If you put milk in first before cereal, you're actually a barbarian.
What?
I don't want to talk
What?
to you ever again.
Does anyone actually do that?
Yeah. Uh, any more questions? We got time for a few more. But yeah, I would definitely love to see a new expansion. That would be pretty sick. Hey guys, I understand multi-boxing is something you have to learn on the field, but is there a duo that'd be good to farm, gear up with? That's something to be learned on your own.
Well, I mean,
That's all you
this
need.
day and age, you have to like kind of trio box, or you need a good friend, because like a lot of the guild making content, you need 3 people to enter. So like Delve and Vagary, I would say, is the best content for newish players to do to make a ton of gil, especially
Oh,
Delve.
Delve is always a moneymaker.
Yeah, and it's not super hard to do anymore, but you do need 3 people to enter it. So like you either need to play with a friend and split your rewards, or you need the extra character to actually enter it.
Um, yeah, pretty much. What changes would you like to see to Red Mage to make it more viable in 6-man parties? We actually talked about this. Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw
we
you.
did. Yeah, I have a bunch of ideas to make red mage useful. You would have to make haste 2 just cap magic haste, right? 43% or whatever haste.
But by
Um,
enhancing magic skill and shit too.
yeah, it would have to scale by enhancing magic skill, which seems smart because you're rewarding the pimp red mage, the red mages that put effort into it, not just giving a base amount of haste. Um, and then you could make temper 2 and end spells also be castable on party members. That'd be a huge DPS buff that would make parties definitely consider taking red mage on top of the debuffs and stuff they can already do. You could definitely fit red mage into a lot of strategies if they did that.
I mean,
And
red
I'm
mages
still looking
are.
for a red mage to Fars against to prove to me that red mage can stand up to the melee bard. I don't think it can,
No, I don't. I can't see that. I can't see that happening.
but we'll see. I'm open to having my mind changed.
I would like to see Haste 2 with Scholar Accession. Ooh,
I
I
don't
don't
see
know.
why not. Doesn't Summoner get Hasteska too?
Haste.
Why not give it to red mage? Who cares?
Yeah, true.
Bard gets it when they do marches, so it's like at this point, why are they hating on red mage so much?
Yeah, like red mage, it's red mage is good in a non 6-man content, but
Yeah, if the party size was 7, my next buffer that I would take would be red mage.
oh,
But the
absolutely,
party size is 6.
absolutely, without a doubt. I mean, what other buffers can you get though?
Second core, maybe.
I guess
Core is way too broken right now.
core is pretty broke. It's so ridiculous on where core is right now. It's actually pretty crazy. The amount of damage, like, and the amount of different damage that they can do.
They're the best buffer. They're the best DPS. They're the best. I don't know everything.
And their damage is
they're
so
the
consistent.
best magic DPS, right? And then they're a really solid, good melee DPS too.
Absolutely,
That's unfair.
it is unfair, and it does require a lot of gear, but
That's the one reason why I'm not like, nerf it now, because you do actually need to put a lot of effort and time into making like core get to that level. You
oh,
need a lot of buffs
absolutely.
and you need a lot of gear to reach that pinnacle. I was really upset with Summoner Zerg because it was basically like you just need one set of gear and you just press your SPs and then like Sha would fall over.
Right. And yeah, that's pretty it's pretty unfortunate where Summoner is. I mean, Summoner was always pretty strong to begin with. I mean even before Astral Conduit came out,
Yeah,
you
I feel
know,
bad for Summoner. Yeah.
it was like aerial blast, and then or whatever, Astral Flow aerial blast spam or whatever it was. But you only had that one chance or two chances. You would like back in the day, you would have to have a Yagudo drink beforehand and have like a high ether tank on you. But I mean, Summoner's always been pretty OP though. It just sucks that they can't really fix the how much TP the pet gives to an M while they're doing blood packs. That's the main problem on the Summoner burning. That would fix it in a way, but
Yeah, I wish they would like somehow nerf Astral Conduit because that's just way too broken in short Zergs. But I also wish they would buff Summoner in some other way to make up for it. Maybe like as buffs, like up their buffs in some way.
I
Um,
mean, when
they have a lot of really good niche buffs.
oh yeah, like Shiva's TP bonus buff, or
Exactly. Make that scale with skill or something.
well, when I remember I used Summoner a lot before Astral Conduit. This was when avatars were the avatar BCs were the new thing, and they came out with Earthen Ward. I think it was the Titan what do you call it, buff? Like the Titan shared soap, pretty much. That's when I use Summoner a lot. But I don't know, dude. Like right now it's just, oh, let me go Bolt Strike everything to death, and
Yeah, that's kind of boring.
it's not
it's
interesting.
broken, but it's also pretty boring. To answer this question, Layden is hate free. Yeah, like that would be the best way to fix Layden right now, is make it apply full hate on the on the core using Layden. So like if that core is spamming 99k damage, he should be getting full hate for that, and he'll get pulverized pretty quickly for doing that. Especially like wave 3.
Oh, that is pretty broken though. Come on, dude. Like,
Oh, I agree. Yeah. I mean, I just think an easy way to fix it would be just like make Layden give full hate.
it's like
It gives drastically reduced hate right now.
it's like giving the trait of Namasaro to him, like, one dude. Because I believe Namas is 0 hate, right? The weapon skill itself. I mean, TPing you get hate.
Yeah, it's very low if it's any at all. 11's asked if he was to try box and his one job was Paladin, what other jobs would he use? First off, I would swap that Paladin to Rune Fencer right away because Paladin is worthless.
I mean, it's not bad, but
It's not
I mean,
terrible, yeah.
Rune
But
Fencer
Rune
does
Fencer
trump
is so
it
much
by a lot.
better. Exactly. Rune Fencer is just on an entirely different level. Like you can get by with Paladin, but definitely do Rune Fencer instead. The two other jobs I would use would be Scholar and Geomancer. Rune, Scholar, and Geomancer Tribox can do a ton of content just doing the Scholar doing self skill chain and doing Helix, and then the Scholar and the Geo nuking the skill chain. And then Rune Fencer can amplify that damage with Gambit and Rake, obviously, while it tanks.
Very strong mana burn setup for sure.
Yep.
How to fix the bucket of HP that Paladin has become? I mean,
make it closer to Rune.
Make the melee viable again. I mean,
oh right. I think we talked about this one time. We talked about giving Fencer a job ability haste, right?
Rune Fencer?
Or the trait Fencer.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So Paladin would get capped job ability haste from the Fencer bonus, right? And it could still maintain shield and sword, but also get all the TP bonus benefits from Fencer, while also still capping haste.
I don't think I was there for that conversation, but I don't know, man. That's if you apply that to all jobs of Fencer, I don't know, dude.
Well, all jobs with Fencer right now are currently trash. So,
I mean, with Warrior, yeah, I guess
it might break Warrior, but I'm okay with that. That would be fine with me.
It would absolutely break Warrior if you think about it. Paladins can actually get the full Volt set from Windy. That would help. Do you know how long that's gonna take?
I'm still trying. I watched Dan's stream the other day, and he got the legs again. And he's like, I don't care.
I don't need that shit.
If I saw Volt drop, I would be like, oh my god, I cannot believe it. But this guy is like, whatever. It's just a Volt.
It's because I already had one. I already had the legs. I got the hands and the legs. No, like I don't think anybody's gotten the Volt body. I don't think anybody's.
We have 3 people in our group that are 3 of 5 of the Volt set. But we've never seen legs and we've never seen body, so it's not looking good.
I mean, has it actually been confirmed that the body drops from Wave 2 boss, or?
Yeah. I had some people come in and brag the other day. Ooh. Actually, one guy had it drop, but they only had 30 seconds left in the zone, and he won the lot on it, but they timed out.
Oh, good for him.
So that was tragic.
Sucker.
But he could confirm that it can actually drop, though.
At least it's confirmed.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, we'll take 1 or 2 more questions, and then we're gonna close it up. But the body can only drop from the Wave 2 boss, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Only.
Unfortunate. Now, can the other Volt pieces drop from Wave 1 boss or Wave 1
nope.
NMs? No,
they cannot. It's only
has to be Wave 2.
Yep.
Gotcha.
They really that's a stupid system they came up with for Volt drops, if I'm honest. But
I mean that's like
I like having a grind to chase, though. I will say that.
It's like back in the day, though, with the Hydra pieces.
Yep, exactly. That's a great analogy. Yep.
It's exactly. I mean, that's
stellar, amazing pieces, but they are worth grinding for if you care about those jobs.
It's exactly how the drop rate works, I think. Well, no, not really, but it is the Hydra pieces of backend. Like, I know all the tanks wanted the Hydra Hobber from Dynamic of Nausea. That was a pain in the butt to get. But oh yeah, I remember when I got my Hydra Hobber, I think I lotted a 64, and the guy that was lotting against me lotted like a 54 or something. It was pretty nuts. I have the screenshot here somewhere. But yeah, I don't know. Do you think they're gonna come out with more dynamic zones? Would you like to see more dynamic zones?
No, I'm done with Dynamis. I hope they do New Abyssia.
So
I really like the Abyssia NM pop system. I like the idea of building sets for smaller NMs and then getting key items for killing the NM to build pop sets for larger NMs.
Now, if you like that system so much, why haven't you made a Twashtar for Ash right?
I don't know. It's just it doesn't feel like it's that massive of an upgrade to justify the grind.
I mean,
I just need somebody I need somebody to convince me that it's worth it.
I
And
mean,
that somebody should be you. You should make it first and then prove to me.
no, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again. So you do have the superior 5 dagger.
I do. Yep. Yep.
How is that working out for you?
It's solid. Like I'm really loving the survivability of Bard TPS while it's in the hybrid or not hybrid set, but it's full DD set. But its full DD set actually has 52% damage taken reduction.
Right, because you're rocking the Yamo plus 2,
Correct, yeah.
5 out of 5. Correct. Yeah.
I just need the Omen body to drop. That would be a pretty big upgrade.
So you would swap.
It maintains the physical damage taken -10 on that body.
You would swap the Yanmo body plus 2 to the Ashera harness.
Yep. I would do that.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's gonna end it for today. Damn, it was very fun talking to you. A lot of information gone. It was a great time. I had a good time.
Yeah, I'm shocked we stretched it this long. I didn't think we'd have this much to talk about, but wow, we did.
But yeah. I got a lot of information out of you. I picked your brain a little bit about certain jobs here and there. I really hope to see an updated warrior guide soon, and maybe a samurai guide, maybe maybe a dancer. No, I want to see you do Dark Knight, to be honest. I think that'd be really cool.
We'll see.
But I'm gonna let you close it out. Plug yourself in on your social media and stuff, and I'll continue to stream, but I'm gonna end the podcast here. And Ejin, the floor is yours.
I already have the Sam guide on YouTube, so don't forget about that one.
But yeah, you could tell them your YouTube and your Twitch and all that, and then yeah, that's all you.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a YouTube channel. I post a bunch of Final Fantasy 11 related content on there. I'm hoping to add a lot more since I started streaming on Twitch. But yeah, I just started a new series on YouTube. It's called Let's Break Down. I'm taking ideas for what to do next. I think my next video will be Let's Break Down gear swap commands. So probably do that fairly soon. Yeah. Thanks for the support. Appreciate it. I guess that's it.
Alright, Ejin, thank you so much for joining me on the first episode of Voices of Vana'diel. Appreciate it, man. I had a great time with you.
No problem. It was
yeah, chat, check him out. I posted the link. I posted his YouTube link. I posted his Twitch link. Let's go. We're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. We're gonna continue on in the stream. Thank you guys.